Okay, we're live.
Okay. Rudy, you're gonna have to chair the meeting because the chairman is not present.
Okay, okay. Well, man, I didn't even have my stuff here in front of me. So can somebody else do it? Because I don't have my stuff here in front of me.
Javier, why don't you read the agenda item for the chairman, and then he can just chair the meeting once you read the agenda item?
Read the item. First item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the last meeting of September 9th, 2020. That's the first item.
Move to approve. This is Mickey.
I second the motion. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those against it? The ayes have it. It's okay. We can move on. Approved.
Item number 2 on the agenda is a public hearing and take action to consider a request for a variance to allow residential use in the airport overlay zoning district located on the west side of FM 507 north of Bartola Road, bearing a legal description of 20.74 acres out of Block 12, Lee Minor subdivision, and out of Block 140, Orange Land and Water Company subdivision. The applicant is Levi T. Burns and Brooke S. Burns.
Hey, the staff have recommendation.
Give the presentation. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and board members. The applicant is requesting a variance to allow a 24-lot single-family residential subdivision that's partly within the airport overlay district. You can see on your screen, this is a subject property. It's located on the west side of FM 507, south of FM 508. These contour lines represent the airport overlay district. As you can see, part of the property, actually most of the property is located within that airport overlay district, with the exception of this area here, which is not within the airport overlay district. This is a proposed subdivision. It's a 24-lot subdivision. You can see it has about 2,400 feet of frontage along FM 507, and then has about a depth of a little over 315 feet. As you can see from the street views, this is from 507, FM 507 facing to the south. See, the land is pretty much in agricultural use, and of course the airport is on, this is the airport property. This is an aerial view of the subject property. You can see the area is mostly in agricultural use. To the north, there's some residential use. However, that area is not within the airport overlay district. This property to the west is also owned by the same property owner. So although residential use is not permitted on this property, since it's in the airport overlay district, it would be allowed in this area to the west, as well as this section, which is not in the airport overlay district. Again, the intent of the overlay is to protect the airport from incompatible land uses for future growth, of course, to promote the health and safety and general welfare of the land uses in that area, and of course, to prevent any future noise complaints. Staff did route the variance request to the surrounding property owners. 7 notices were sent out. Staff received no objections. The variance request was submitted for review to the Building Inspections Department, the Fire Prevention Department, and the airport. The Building Inspection Department reported no objections. The Fire Prevention Department and the airport reported denial or objection to the variance being granted. There is no case history of a variance ever being granted in this area, so if the variance were granted, it would set precedent for future cases. And staff is recommending denial of the variance as the request doesn't meet the standards for the issues of the variance. Again, this is a self-imposed hardship. The property, as mentioned, is currently vacant. The applicant owns the area to the west, so that area could still be developed as residential use. And of course, there's no case history granted in the area. The request, of course, goes against the intent of the overlay district. Of course, the airport is recommending denial of the variance, and within that same property, the property could be used for a travel trailer park or some recreational uses or educational uses, or it could even be zoned to general retail as an example, as an alternative, rather than residential use. I'll take any questions on the item.
Yes, my question is, I guess if they wanted to use it for residential use, they could actually build roads that would lead away from the road where it wouldn't be inside the zoning area.
Correct. Actually, this area could be built. This area is not in the overlay, but most of it is. This section is, but this area to the west is not in the overlay district. So this area could be utilized for residential use. And this area here could still be utilized for commercial use. They could zone this to commercial and then possibly use it as general retail use.
Okay. Any other questions, anybody? Well, there's no more questions, I guess. Do we have anybody representing the
Yes,
applicant?
the applicant, represent for the applicant here, please.
Yes, this is Dustin Moore, I'm the engineer for the project. The owner's aware of the issue. We submitted the variance. If the variance does not get approved, he's still going to develop the north 8 lots of the 24, that north third. They're the ones that are outside the district. The main thing is the land use, or the proposed land use, future land use from the city has it all as residential. And so we are having to rezone it since it's undesignated right now. And so more than likely, we're going to be moving forward with zoning it general retail, since a large portion of it can't really have residential on it. But the owner's aware of the issue, and we requested the variance for the same reason that building inspection didn't have an objection. There's a note in there about soundproofing houses and things like that. So, the owner would like to leave, if someone wants to live close to the airport, up to the home buyers, but we understand the city airport position.
Okay. Any questions to Mr. Moore?
No.
Nobody has questions? Well, if there's no more questions, I guess we put it to a vote.
Did we open up the public hearing?
We had the I'm sorry, I missed that. Yes, is there anybody from the public want to speak?
No, there's nobody else called in.
Okay. We're back again. Back to the voting of the item. Do we have? I guess all those in favor of allowing the variance, please.
Should we have a motion first?
I'm sorry, motion. I'm getting lost here. We need a motion. Somebody motion, please.
So this is Mickey Boland. I'm going to make a motion that we disapprove the variance request.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor for disapproval. Do I have a second?
This is Alessandro Munoz. I second the motion to disapprove.
You second the motion, okay. How many are we here today? I can only see 2 people. How many are we? 3?
4. There's 4.
I can't see the 3rd or 4th person.
Okay, can you take down the PowerPoint so the members can see each other, please?
Okay. Okay, well, I guess we have a motion on the floor to disapprove. We have a second. Let's take a vote on it and see what we got. All those in favor of disapproval, please state by saying aye.
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 Okay, was that everybody that said aye? I couldn't see everybody.
Aye as well, Lisandro Munoz.
Okay, so we have three ayes to disapproval. Okay, I guess anybody in favor of approval? I guess I'll let it go on record that I'm voting in favor of the approval. But okay, so the ayes have it. So I guess we don't approve this item.
Clarification, you're voting for disapproval or for approval
I put my vote is for approval
of the variance?
of the variance.
So the motion.
Again, he's voting no on my motion, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm voting no on your motion. Yeah.
It's 3-1.
3-1. It's 3-1.
So, okay, it takes 4 of you to pass a variance, or I guess it takes 4 of you to approve a motion, so.
So we can't go in a direction then? Since we're that way, so we don't have unanimous vote, we can't disapprove it?
It doesn't say you can approve it or disapprove it. I mean,
Okay.
the thing about the variance is, for it to pass muster, it's got to be a self-imposed hardship. But that it is what it is. You haven't voted to deny the variance, nor have you. I guess if we send it the other way, I don't know how the vote would be, but it stands to reason we'd have 1 to approve and 3 to deny. So
Right. So I just don't see, well, in my discussion here real quick, I just didn't see if it's good enough for retail, why couldn't we just use it for residential? That's my argument on that subject.
Probably because retail isn't open 24 hours a day. You don't have planes flying over a store at 3 a.m. when people are sleeping.
Yeah, well, I
That
guess
was the intent.
but that wouldn't that be wouldn't that be the decision of the homeowner to decide to want to build in that area like that? Which shouldn't he have a say so in that, and whether he wants to or not?
But I would imagine that as time goes by, the airport's going to get busier. There'll be more traffic as well. So I think the noise level will get considerably worse in the long run.
Mm. I see. I understand that. I mean, totally get that. It's just that what I'm saying is that that basically. I mean, when you're buying a lot in that area, not to say that anybody would buy there, right? Because of the noise level, but it should be a decision of the owner.
well, the point of a variance, though, remember, a variance is a diversion from the legislation. In other words, the zoning code. And for a variance, there has to be a unique and oppressive hardship that's unique to the owner, and it cannot be self-imposed. That is what will get you into variance territory. So if you find that to be true, if you make that finding, then that would support a variance.
Okay, well let me change my vote then and go ahead and I am also aye for disapproval then and make it go.
Yeah, and I think also, Rudy, if we do this, I mean, we're kind of maybe setting a dangerous precedent for growth around the airport. So it's not just this one thing, but it could set a dangerous precedent for further growth around the airport.
Totally understand that. So yes, okay. So I'm in agreement with you guys. So then with that, I guess let's do that voting again. All those in favor of disapproval, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Well, the motion carries. We disapproved of the variance. Okay.
That was the last item on the agenda.
Okay.
I guess a motion would be needed to adjourn the meeting.
Let's get a motion to adjourn the meeting, please.
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
Thank you. The meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.